Now, what are the options concerning this person called Jesus of Nazareth? If a man came and claimed himself to be God, again, folks, Muhammad didn't claim that, Buddha didn't claim that, Moses didn't claim that, no founder of any religion claimed that, Jesus claimed that. Now, when a man claims himself to be God, there's only three options available to you. One option is he's a total liar. He knows full well that he isn't God, but he's trying to convince you that he is. A total liar and an imposter. The other option that you have is he's a lunatic. That he would be a man who thinks that he's God. He isn't God, but he thinks he is. And so he's convincing you he is because he thinks he is. In that case, he'd be a lunatic. The other option available to you is he is God. He's the Lord. You either have a liar, you have a lunatic, or you have the Lord, and nothing in between. C.S. Lewis put it this way: a man who is merely a man and said the sort of things that Jesus said would not be a great moral teacher. He would either be a lunatic on the level of a man who says he's a poached egg, or else he would be the devil of hell himself. You must make your choice. Either this man was and is the Son of God, or else a madman or something worse. You can shut him up for a fool, or you can spit at him and kill him as a demon, or you can fall at his feet and call him Lord and God. But let's not come up with any patronizing nonsense about him being a great human teacher. He has not left that open to us. He did not intend to. Folks, we are confronted with the person of Jesus Christ. You cannot deny his existence. In Israel today, they teach Jesus in their schools. They teach him as a prophet, but not as God. That prophet that they say he is a prophet who says, I am God. When you've seen me, you've seen the Father. I and the Father are one. It's the same God that the early apostles identified him as God. In the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. And the Word, God, became flesh and dwelt among us as the only begotten Son of the Father, full of grace and truth. To doubting Thomas, when he put his hands into the holes of Jesus' into the nail print of his hands and feet, he fell to his knees and said, my Lord and my God. Titus said, it is the grace of God that teaches us to say no to unrighteousness and to lead self-controlled and upright lives in this present generation while we wait for the glorious appearing of our great God and Savior, Jesus Christ. So you have the same thing with Jesus, and you have the same thing with the apostles. If those apostles that lived with Jesus claimed him to be God, they were either Looney Tunes who thought that he was God when he wasn't, or they were total imposters that said, we know he isn't God, but let's go convince people that he was God, or they were worshiping the living God. To every person who is sitting in this room today who names the name of Christ, you're either a Looney Tune who has bought some nonsensical religious jargon, or else you're deranged who thinks that you've had an encounter with God when in fact you have not, or else you and I have had an encounter with the living God. The same thing was true of Jesus, is the same with the apostles, and it's the same with you today. And so we're dealing with facts. Jesus Christ is real. Jesus Christ lived. Jesus Christ died. Jesus Christ was raised from the dead. Jesus Christ came to enter into you and me, giving his life for you then so that he can live in you now. And so we have an option with this Jesus, to accept him or to reject him. So the conclusion to all of this is, who do you say that I am? When Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, who do people say the Son of Man is? Well, they said, some replied, some say John the Baptist, others say Elijah, and still others say Jeremiah or one of the prophets. But what about you? Who do you say that I am?